A metal is placed in front of a light source. The power of the light source is given. The number of photons emitted per second is given. The photoelectrons that come out of this metal surface have a maximum speed of 10 to the power 6 meter per second. We are asked to find the work function of this metal in electron volts. So if we write down the photoelectric effect equation, the energy of the photon is equal to work function plus the maximum kinetic energy. So the work function is energy of the photon minus maximum kinetic energy of the electrons that come out of the metal surface. So here if we can calculate the energy of each photon and use the maximum speed given to get the maximum kinetic energy, I think we are done with the problem. Okay, so energy of each photon will be energy emitted per second divided by number of photons emitted per second. Okay, so what do we have here? Power is 25.1 milliwatt. So the energy will be 25.1 millijoules. So this will be 10 to the power minus 3 joules divided by number of photons, which is 2 into 10 to the power 16. But here we have energy in joules. To convert energy from joules to electron volts, we need to divide this by the magnitude of the charge of an electron. So this would be 25.1 by 2 into 10 to the power minus 19 here, if you look at the powers of 10, and then we divide by the charge of an electron, which is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. So this will give energy in electron volts. So what do we have here? This is 25.1 by 3.2 electron volts. Now let's take a look at the maximum kinetic energy of the electron. Okay, so the maximum speed is 10 to the power 6 meter per second. So K max will be half mv square. So half, what is the mass of an electron? It is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 multiplied by speed square, so 10 to the power 6 square. And again, this is going to give us energy in joules. So in order to get the energy in electron volts, again we have to divide this by the charge of an electron. So what do we have here? 9.1 divided by 2 into 10 to the power, so there is a 12 and minus 31, so that is minus 19. Okay, so this is in joules. So let's divide this by the magnitude of the charge of an electron. So 9.1 by 2 into 10 to the power minus 19 divided by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. So we can ignore the powers of 10. So we have 9.1 by 2. In the denominator we have 1.6. So the maximum kinetic energy is 9.1 by 3.2. Okay, so 9.1 by 3.2 electron volts. So luckily for both the energy of the photon and the maximum kinetic energy, the denominator is same. Okay, so finally when we try to get the work function, which is energy of the photon minus the maximum kinetic energy. What is the energy of the photon? 25.1 by 3.2 minus 9.1 by 3.2. Okay, I think the numbers are pretty nice here. So 25 minus 9, we know it is 16. So 16 by 3.2. So that is 1 by 0.2. So we can write that as 5 electron volts. So the work function of the metal is 5 electron volts.